This is week 4 of MGT 5905. This week we'll examine how organizations use digital business systems, enterprise-wide technologies to support core business processes and compete more effectively. The central idea is that digital business is not limited to online transaction. It includes the broader use of information systems to connect customers, partners, employees, and organizational functions through integrated digital processes. This week, we'll introduce several major additional enterprise concepts, including ERP and CRM and systems integration. These technologies help organizations coordinate activities, share information across functions, and support customer relationships more effectively when digital systems are aligned with business strategy. They can improve service and responsiveness, visibility, and organizational performance. And so as we go through this presentation, let's think about how digital business systems, not just as technologies, but as strategic organizational capabilities that influence how value is created and delivered. And then another thing I want to mention, but that I have forgotten, but you guys are here on a Wednesday night. It's 8 p.m. my time. I'm not sure what it is your time, but you could be doing something else. And I just want you to know that I value your time, and it's a good signal of your dedication to your education and career development. So I just want to commend you guys on all that. And we'll move on to the next thing, the agenda. This session examines digital businesses, enterprise systems, and strategic value of integrated technologies. Tonight's session focuses on how organizations use digital systems and enterprise-wide technologies to support core business processes and create competitive advantage. We'll begin by distinguishing digital businesses from e-businesses and looking at how organizations use digital systems to support transactions, communication, and value delivery. And from there, we'll examine common e-business models and consider how different digital approaches create value for organizations and customers. Then we'll shift to enterprise systems, including ERP and CRM, and explore how these technologies improve coordination across functions and strengthen customer relationship and management. We'll also look at system integration and why connected systems matter for visibility, responsiveness, and decision making. And finally, we'll consider the broader organizational and strategic implications of digital business systems, including competitive advantage, global complexity, cross-cultural considerations, and overall business alignment. Digital business systems extend how organizations create and deliver value. Digital business systems allow organizations to reach customers, coordinate processes, and create value beyond traditional physical and organizational boundaries. Here we introduce the broader idea of digital business systems and why they matter. Organizations today don't rely only on physical locations or isolated internal systems. They increasingly use digital platforms, connected applications, and online processes to interact with customers, support operations, and deliver services. Digital business systems extend the organization's reach. They connect the business to customers through websites, mobile app, self-service portals, online marketplaces, and digital communication channels. They also help connect internal and external stakeholders, including employees, managers, suppliers, partners, and customers through shared information and coordinated processes. The key point is that these systems are not just about convenience or automation. They change how organizations create and deliver value. They can improve access, speed, responsiveness, and decision-making, while also helping organizations operate across geographic and organizational boundaries. From an IT management perspective, digital business systems should be viewed as part of business strategy. They influence how the organization serves customers, coordinates work, and competes in the marketplace. E-business connects business processes across customers, partners, and organization. E-business uses digital technologies to support transactions, communication, coordination, and process integration across organizational boundaries. Here, the focus narrows from digital business into general e-business, more specifically. Digital business is the broader concept, while e-business emphasizes the use of internet-enabled and digital technologies to support business activities that extend across the organization and beyond it. It's important to note that e-business is not limited to online sales. It also includes customer service, supplier coordination, online ordering, account management, communication, information sharing, and collaboration with external partners. In that sense, e-commerce is part of e-business, but e-business is broader than e-commerce. This distinction helps clarify where digital value is created. E-business connects business processes across organizational boundaries. It allows customers to interact directly with the organization. It helps suppliers and partners connect to business systems and supports more seamless communication across the value chain. From an IT management perspective, e-business matters because it can improve speed, convenience, visibility, and coordination. The key idea is that e-business extends core business processes through digital connectivity, not just transactions. Different e-business models create value in different ways. Organizations use different e-business models because digital value can be created through transactions, services, platforms, subscriptions, and partner networks. From business models, our attention shifts now to customer experience. Many digital business systems are not just internal technologies, they're part of the customer's direct interaction with the organization. Customers often encounter the organizations first through digital channels such as websites, mobile apps, self-service protocols, online support, and automated communication systems. These systems shape how easy it is to find information, complete transactions, resolve issues, and receive service. In many cases, the quality of the digital system becomes part of the customer's overall perception of the organization. You just think about Amazon.com. That is why digital business systems affect more than convenience. They influence responsiveness, service quality, trust, consistency, and overall satisfaction. A well-defined digital system can reduce friction, improve access, and strengthen customer relationship. A poorly designed system can create confusion, delay, frustration, and lost business. From a management perspective, these systems are customer-facing strategic assets. The importance is not only whether the technology works, but also whether usability, speed, integration, and information quality support a strong customer experience. Digital business systems become part of the organization's value proposition because they directly shape how customers experience the business. This little timeline here, this little thing going across, can also be called. Sometimes they also call it a customer journey, and the customer journeys across the organization through these different services. Digital business systems shape the customer experience in real time. Digital business systems influence customer satisfaction and organizational performance by shaping how customers search, interact, transact, and receive service. Now we focus on the customer side of digital business systems. After looking at the e-business models, the next question is how these systems actually affect the customer experience. This is important because many digital business systems are not just back-end technologies, they're part of the customer's direct interaction with the organizations. Customers now often encounter the organizations first through digital channels such as websites, mobile apps, self-service portals, online support, and automated communication systems. These systems influence how easy it is to find information, complete transactions, resolve issues, and receive service. In many cases, the quality of the digital system becomes part of the customer's perception of the organization itself. This means that the business systems affect more than convenience. They influence responsiveness, service quality, trust, consistency, and overall satisfaction. A well-defined digital system can improve access, reduce friction, and strengthen relationships. A poorly designed system can create confusion, create delay and frustration, and lost business. From an IT management perspective, this is important because digital systems are customer-facing strategic assets. They're not just technical tools used in the background. Managers need to think about how the system design, usability, speed, integration, and information quality affect the customer experience and ultimately influence the competitive position. Digital business systems are part of the organization's value proposition because they directly shape how customers experience the business. Enterprise systems integrate core business processes across the organization. Enterprise systems improve coordination by connecting major organizational functions through shared data, standard processes, and enterprise-wide visibility. From customer-facing systems, the focus now shifts toward inward to enterprise systems and the role they play in coordinating the organization itself. Digital business depends not only on external interaction, but also on how well internal systems work together. Enterprise systems are designed to connect major functional areas such as finance, operations, human resources, procurement, inventory, and customer support. Instead of each department working with isolated data in separate systems, enterprise systems create a more unified environment where information can be shared across functions. This is important because organizations often struggle when departments operate in silos. Data may be duplicated, processes may be inconsistent, and decision making may be slowed by limited visibility. Enterprise systems help address that problem by standardizing workflows and creating a more integrated view of the organization. From an IT management perspective, enterprise systems support efficiency, coordination, and consistency. They reduce redundancy, improve information flow, and make it easier to manage cross-functional processes. Enterprise systems create value by integrating core business processes and reducing fragmentation across the organization. ERP systems unify organizational processes through shared data and standardized workflows. Enterprise resource planning, or ERP systems, improve coordination and control by linking core functions through common data structure and integrated processes. From enterprise systems more broadly, the focus now turns to ERP, or enterprise resource planning systems, as one of the most important examples of enterprise-wide integration. ERP systems bring core organizational functions into a single integrated environment instead of finance, procurement, operations, inventory, and human resources relying on separate systems and disconnected databases. ERP connects them through shared data and standardized workflow. That integration matters because activities in one area often affect several others. A purchasing decision, for example, may influence inventory levels, financial records, and supply planning at the same time. ERP helps reduce duplication, improve consistency, and gives the organization better visibility across related processes. From an IT management perspective, ERP supports planning, control, and decision making by making the organization more transparent and better connected. At the same time, ERP implementation can be challenging because it often requires process standardization, organizational change, and coordination across departments. ERP creates value by unifying core processes around shared data and integrated workflows rather than separate departmental systems or silos. CRM systems strengthen customer relationships through organized information interaction management. Customer relationship management systems, or CRM, help organizations improve service, sales, and retention by integrating customer data and supporting more informed interactions. From ERP and internal process integration, the focus now shifts to CRM, or customer relationship management systems. While ERP is designed to connect internal organizational functions, CRM is designed to help the organization understand and manage its relationship with customers. CRM systems bring together customer information across interactions and touch points that can include contact information, communication history, purchase activity, service requests, preferences, and sales opportunities. By organizing that information into one place, CRM helps create a more complete view of the customer. That is important because customer relationships often extend across several departments and channels. Sales, marketing, customer service, and account management may all interact with the same customer. Without a shared system, those interactions can become fragmented, inconsistent, or inefficient. CRM helps coordinate those interactions and makes customer information more accessible and actionable. From an IT management perspective, CRM supports stronger service, more targeted communication, better follow-up, and better decisions about customer needs and opportunity. CRM creates value by helping the organization manage customer information and interactions in a more coordinated and relationship-focused way. System integration is essential for enterprise-wide visibility and responsiveness. Organizations gain more value from digital business systems when ERP, CRM, and related technologies are integrated rather than isolated in separate silos. From individual enterprise technologies, the focus now moves to larger issue of systems integration. Most organizations do not rely on just one platform. They operate with multiple systems that need to work together to support the business effectively. That's where integration becomes essential. When ERP and CRM, e-commerce platforms, analytics tools, and service systems are disconnected, information may be duplicated, delayed, or inconsistent. Employees may need to re-enter data. Managers may not have complete view of operations or customers, and decision-making can become slower and less reliable. Integration helps solve those problems by helping information move more smoothly across systems. Customer activity captured in a CRM system, for example, may need to connect to inventory, order fulfillment, billing, and service support. When those systems share information effectively, the organization becomes more responsive, coordinated, and efficient. From an IT management perspective, integration matters because it improves visibility across the enterprise. It helps leaders see how customer demand, operations, service, finance, and supply processes are connected. Organizations gain more value when digital business systems work together as an integrated environment rather than as disconnected tools. Digital business systems create competitive advantage when they improve speed, service, and insight. Digital business systems create an advantage when they improve value, responsiveness, and decisions. From integration, the discussion now moves to competitive advantage. Up to this point, the emphasis has been on how digital systems support operations and coordination. The next question is how those same systems strengthen competitive position. Digital business systems can create advantage in several ways. They can improve speed by reducing delays in communication, transactions, and service delivery. They can improve customer value by making interactions more convenient, personalized, and responsive. They can also improve managerial insight by giving the organization better visibility into customer behavior and operational performance in market conditions. What matters most here is that technology itself is not the advantage. Competitive advantage comes from using digital systems in ways that strengthen service, coordination, adaptability, and decision-making. A system may be technically impressive, but if it's poorly aligned with strategy, it may add complexity without creating much value. Competitive advantage is also tied to execution. Organizations that use integrated digital systems to respond faster, understand customers better, and coordinate more smoothly may outperform competitors that rely on slower, fragmented, or less customer-centered processes. From an IT management perspective, the key idea is that digital business systems create competitive advantage when they translate technology into superior value, responsiveness, and organizational capability. Global digital business creates opportunity, but also managerial complexity. Global digital business expands reach, but also increases cultural, operational, and managerial complexity. From competitive advantage, the discussion now expands to global digital environment. One of the major benefits of digital business systems is that they allow organizations to reach customers, partners, and markets across national and geographic boundaries much more easily than traditional business models. Digital platforms can support global sales, cross-border communication, international collaboration, and access to broader customer markets. In that sense, digital business creates significant opportunity. Organizations can scale more quickly, operate across time zones, and serve users in multiple locations through shared digital systems. At the same time, global reach introduces new forms of complexity. Organizations may need to account for language, local expectations, communication styles, legal environments, payment practices, and operational differences across regions. A digital business system that works well in one setting may not fit another without adaptation. From an IT management perspective, global digital business is not only about technological access, it also requires sensitivity to context. Digital business systems make operations more feasible, but successful global use depends on how well organizations manage the complexity that comes with cross-border activity. Cross-cultural differences influence how digital business systems are used and experienced. Digital business systems are more effective when they account for cultural differences in communication, trust, expectations, and user behavior. From global digital business systems more broadly, the focus now narrows to cross-cultural differences in how they shape the way digital systems are used and experienced. Operating globally is not just about reaching more locations, it also involves serving users whose expectations, communication styles, and preferences may differ significantly. Digital business systems are experienced through interfaces, messages, workflow, and service interactions, and these experiences are not culturally neutral. Cultural differences can influence how users interpret information, how much detail they expect, and how they respond to self-service tools, how they view privacy and trust, and what kinds of communication feel appropriate or effective. Even design choices such as layout, language, symbols, and responsive style can affect user experience across cultures. This is important because a system that feels efficient and intuitive in one context may feel confusing, impersonal, or unreliable in another. From an IT management perspective, global digital systems often require localization, adaptation, and sensitivity to cultural variation. Cross-cultural awareness helps organizations design digital experiences that are more effective, trusted, and user-centered. Enterprise-wide technologies reshape how organizations work and make decisions. Enterprise-wide technologies change organizational performance by altering workflows, communication, visibility, and decision-making across the business. Up to this point, we've looked at digital business systems, ERP, CRM, and integration from a more functional and strategic perspective. From the external digital environment, the focus now returns to the organization itself and the broader impact of enterprise-wide technologies. Enterprise-wide technologies do more than automate isolated tasks. They often reshape how work is organized, how information moves, how departments coordinate, and how leaders monitor performance. When systems are shared across the business, they can create greater visibility into operations, customer activity, resource use, and performance trends. That increased visibility can improve coordination and support faster, more informed decisions. At the same time, enterprise-wide technologies often require organizations to change established routines, standardize workflows, and adopt new expectations for communicating and accountability. In that sense, the impact is not only technical, it's organizational. From a management perspective, the value of enterprise technologies depends not only on implementation, but also on organizational adaptation. If the technology is not matched with process alignment, training, and leadership support, the expected benefits may not be fully realized. Enterprise-wide technologies create organizational impact by changing how work is coordinated, how information is used, and how decisions are made across the business. Digital business systems create more value when technology, processes, and strategy are aligned. Digital business systems are most effective when they align with organizational processes, customer needs, and strategic goals. Bringing these ideas together, the central message from week 4 is that digital business systems create the most value when they are aligned with organizational processes, customer needs, and strategic goals. Across this session, the discussion has moved from digital business and e-business models to enterprise systems, ERP, CRM, and system integration. What ties those ideas together is that the recognition that technology alone does not create value. Value comes from how well digital systems support the way the organization operates, how effectively they serve customers, and how closely they align with strategic priorities. That alignment is important at several levels. Digital systems need to support core business processes rather than work against them. They need to support customer expectations rather than create friction. And they need to fit the organization's broader goals, whether those involve growth, efficiency, service quality, global reach, or differentiation. From an IT management perspective, the key idea is that digital business success depends not only on the technology itself, but on how well that technology fits the organization and supports the value the business is trying to create. Some key things from week 4 connect digital systems to organizational value. Digital systems create the most value when they support customers, integrate processes, and align with strategy. So looking ahead, week 4 is important not only for its own content, but also for the foundation it creates for the rest of the course. Digital business systems ERP, CRM, and systems integration all help show how organizations use information systems, not just to support transactions, but to connect technology more directly to business strategy. That shift is important because it moves the conversation beyond individual tools towards larger questions about value, alignment, coordination, and organizational performance. This foundation becomes even more important in later discussions about data, governance, security, and other information systems and information technology issues. Those topics all depend in one way or another on how organizations choose, integrate, and manage technology in support of broader business goals. The key idea is that week 4 serves as a bridge. It connects digital systems and enterprise technologies to the larger strategic managerial questions that shape effective information systems management. Week 4 also highlights the strategic role of digital business systems and enterprise systems. Managers create stronger organizations when digital business systems are integrated, customer focused, and strategically aligned. Closing out week 4, the larger takeaway is that digital business and enterprise systems matter because they connect technology more directly to organizational performance and strategic value. The concepts covered this week, digital business, e-business models, ERP, CRM, and systems integration, show that information systems are not just operational tools, but they influence how organizations serve customers, coordinate work, and share information and make decisions across the business. This perspective is important because it shifts the focus from technology alone to the way technology supports broader organizational goals. As the course continues, that same perspective will carry forward into later topics involving data, governance, security, and strategic management of information systems. Digital systems create the most value when they are integrated, purposeful, and aligned with how the organization operates and competes. And that is the end. I appreciate your time here. Thank you.